avid believer of Islam, right? I'm a Muslim and I'm an avid believer of Islam and its faith. I believe in the existence of Allah and the existence of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I believe in the message of the Quran and the Hadith and everything that exists within Islam as a religion. So when it comes to this particular topic, it means something to me, right? It actually is very, very important to me. If there's one thing I've noticed on the internet with Muslims, whether it's the female or the male, and it kind of makes sense to me, or it starts to make sense to me when I remember that they said the hellfire is going to be filled with people, right? I think people do not realize that on a constant and regular basis, and then again, that's because of what social media has normalized. I don't think these people understand, notice, or even realize that they are actively committing sins and I don't know if they're asking for forgiveness for it or not. Yeah. So I'm not going to delve into that particular part. I'm not going to make it seem like, I know exactly what they're doing outside of social media. But for the major part of what the extensive part of what I do know is that most of these people that come online on social media do not really think about the repercussions of the things they say, do, or how they act on the camera. And I understand many people really think to them it's nothing harmless or it's nothing severe or it's not that serious, right? But people do not seem to realize that your words, your intentions, your actions have extreme and very, very serious effects on you as a Muslim and in Islam. If you do not like it, it's a topic or something someone discussed, just make dua. Do not come online and, if it's something of necessity that has to be spoken up about, okay, yeah, fine, speak about it. But when you're speaking, tread carefully with how you speak. If you have no reasonable knowledge of Islam, I always wanted to open an Islamic YouTube or TikTok, but I'm not that versed in Islamic knowledge. So I shut my mouth up. Yeah, I shut my mouth so I don't come online and I do not accommodate sins into my life, right? I'm not about to create a video that goes viral and 100,000 people like it, and those people comment all exist because of the very fact that I released that video. And if those people comments are trailing away from what should be and then diving towards something more sinful, then all that is on me because I released that video without prior understanding of whatever it is I was speaking about, And it's become so normalized, right? Women will come online and they'll insult the men, insult the sheikhs. And yeah, some of the times, some of the sheikhs that they are attacking are wrong, but it's like you do not attack the situation that way. And then the sheikhs, the dudes also, I see some of them, I won't mention names, but I've seen their videos. The way they speak about women or people that you're addressing, astaghfirullah, it's not how they're supposed to. At least not by the standard of Islam. They are talking from a place that seems extremely, when I say extremely, I mean extremely negative and almost nonsensical to say the least. It's not cool. It's really not cool because I don't even think these people are understanding the weight that your words carry. We're going to be judged, right? We're going to be questioned on every single deed, every single second we spend in this dunya, every single action we took, every decision we made. And this isn't coming from someone who is a saint. I am no saint. I don't even strive to be one. I just strive to be able to be as best as I can for my deen, for myself, and to be able to please Allah. But we need to understand, I won't lie, I feel like most of us need to go back towards learning Islam because some of you have lost the plot extensively, you've lost the plot really badly, and it shows. Social media has normalized you being able to say whatever, do whatever without having to actually think. There is no mouth there's no brain to mouth filter anymore. It's just you take your camera, you work, you react based on your emotions, and you just spout. And when you do that, if you leave that video for a long time, you're left with sin on your head. And most of these videos are splitting the ummah. It's splitting the ummah. Okay? it's not good. It's really, really not good. You need to verse yourself. We all need to verse ourselves on what Islam really is and how Islam should be practiced. Most people always complain about like, oh, the sheikhs always say this and that. The sheikhs are not your only source of information. You can also you could like search for information yourself. Do not rely on a sheikh. Okay, a sheikh. I'm not gonna make it seem like the sheikhs don't say things that are true. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you can also don't make it seem like the sheikhs are the only source of information that exists for you to be able to understand a particular thing about the Quran. You can go to the Hadith, the Tafsir. There's a whole extensive list of things that you yourself can find, understand, study, and get to know about the things that you're trying to find the answers of. You know, even one Google search, you could see a couple of links. You could go through the links and study those things and try to understand really well what, people just they listen, they don't comprehend, and they just speak. And even when they're speaking, they're not speaking from a place that's sounding like, hey, this thing you're doing is wrong. It's more of a like, astaghfirullah, you're a blasphemous person, you're disgusting, you're vile, you're this, you're that. Each and every single one of you are creating a rift in Islam. That's what you guys are doing. You're creating rifts in Islam. You're making it harder for people outside of Islam to see the beauty behind it, because you're stuck fighting battles that don't even exist. Okay? It's bad. It's really bad, because it's bad. And unfortunately, most of you do not even see how bad this is. You don't see how heavy this is. You do not see how serious this is. The social media is normalizing so much, and you guys don't even notice that you're being sucked into that normalization as well. It's not fine. It's not good. The kind of things you say, the advices you give, the kind of sermons you preach, all of these things are going to be used against you. You're going to be held accountable for these things. If you do not know better, shut up. Don't speak. It's not hard to keep your mouth shut. It takes a lot of processes for you to be able to put a video online. It takes a very, very long process for you to put a video online. You know, there's a route to follow. There's a pattern that is followed. And if you don't follow that pattern, well, that's on you. You know, it's really on you. Whatever you get out of that, whatever punishment or suffering you get from that, may Allah even not permit that on you. But whatever one you get from that, when you die, that's on you and no one else. There's an extensive amount. You sit down, you put a camera in your face, you rant, you look at the video, you put a caption, you type, you want to post it. You have moments in time for you to reflect and say, no, I will not do that. So don't do that. If you do not know better, shut up. If you're speaking from a place of emotion and no logic, shut up. If you're speaking from a place with no Islamic facts or basis, and you're not actually talking to be able to fix something in a way that should be addressed as a Muslim, shut up. If you have nothing good to say, shut up. The Prophet ﷺ said it himself. Either speak good or do not speak at all. Shut up. It's not that hard. Okay? It is not that hard. Shut your mouth. Do not speak unless there is a necessity. And I understand most people, especially on the female side, they're talking about how most of these sheikhs do, translate certain things, and it's like it's just deterring from what women's rights should be and how women's rights should be expressed in Islam. And I've seen some of those videos. Don't get me wrong, I have seen them, and it's actually true. That does correlate with the fact that some of the things that they say doesn't sound quite as as Islamic. It doesn't sound quite as principled as from Islam's perspective as it should. But at the same time, you should know that you do not want to have the sin that person, that sheikh has on his head. So when you're speaking, I'm not saying don't speak, but if you're going to speak, know how to. And if you don't know how to, don't speak. It's that simple. This is for every single Muslim. Forgive me about all the sounds. But this is every single Muslim. It's not based on any gender. If you're a Muslim, please, we can be making the smallest mistakes, and wallahi, those are what will come back for us on the day of Al-Qiyamah. Every single one of you need to understand that you are not in this dunya for any other reason except to worship Allah and to be able to make yourself be better and reasonable Muslims so that you can die beautiful deaths and go to Jannah. May Allah grant you all Jannah. Choose your battles wisely. Do not react. Do not act out in a way that you don't make yourself lose your deeds because someone else doesn't know how to be better as a Muslim. Please, I keep seeing videos online, I keep seeing all these things online, and it's starting to stress me out because most of you are accumulating crazy sins and you're not even aware of it. Please, watch what you say. Watch how you speak. You guys are creating problems inside of the Muslim community. Please, begging you, do better. Men, women, do better. Okay, focus on what Islam is, not what you think Islam should be. Study Islam yourself. Get a better understanding of Islam yourself. Read the tafsir. Know what every single thing means so that you do not get mistranslated yourself. Don't jump into this bandwagon of joining people to bash themselves. Please, it's very bad. And if it continues like this, may Allah forbid. Assalamu alaikum.